right, guys, you're in for a treat. I'm super excited to bring this one to you guys today. This is a 55 Chevy, belongs to my good friend Dave Jackson, and it is just beautiful. Yeah. It has a Holly on it. You can hear it lean popping already, so it needs a tune-up for sure. We're gonna scan this thing, see if we can't make it work. All right, that is just looking fresh.
How do we look right there on the rollers?
You look good. You're good. You're all right. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get rowdy and bring a little new school tech to some old school flavor. This is awesome. All right, let's take a look under the hood.
Watch your head right here. It's like perfect.
Yeah,
digger zone.
for sure.
We did find one screw right here is out. It was down in the valley. I've got it on the passenger seat. We already got it out.
Okay. Do we have a fuel pressure gauge, you know, or anything?
That's something I was trying to look for before.
Because that's...
It might just be into the ECU somewhere. So regulators down there on the frame rail. This is our feed line that comes up to a junction box. And then it actually has 8 hoses out to the injectors.
Splits.
Pressure sensor or a gauge on the regulator there.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Literally what's holding the TPS in there. Yeah, no wonder this thing drives like it does.
The throttle, the stop, see right here? It hits the alternator right there.
Yeah, that's another thing.
He does have his spring back. Your throttle cable is back here. Pulls the back. See, I told you.
Oh, it's all right. It's decent height for Brent. Okay, so we do have some little bit of work cut out for us first. This is neat though.
Yeah. So this car actually came from Florida. This was one of the hot rod fastest street car shootout cars down in Florida way back in the day.
That's cool.
So he bought it as a roller with this in it.
All right, well.
It's got a turbo 400, so it's 3-speed.
Looks like he's got good injectors.
Yeah.
Did he know what kind of injectors or anything?
He said the data, he said they made sure the right data was in the computer.
We'll know.
Yeah, we'll know right away.
We'll know. I love it though. I mean, it's got a really cool look. It just needs a little love.
So
and a few little things here to straighten out.
He said the biggest problem they were having was like if he's cruising, you know, and it moved as they worked on it.
Yeah.
If he was cruising at like 2,500, and he went to jab it, it'd hiccup, 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 and then go. And then they worked on it and they got it fine at 2,500, but then at 3,000 it had a stutter.
Yeah, and he said there was some surging, and I heard when you're backing it up, I heard lean pops.
Yeah.
I heard
that didn't happen until I got like right here and I got off the throttle a touch. So
yeah, I heard it though.
We should probably turn off the corrections way down low.
Yep.
Because that's probably a lot of what's doing.
Definitely. I agree with all of that. So.
He does have the little display, like with the Terminator X's come with in here. And then here's our cable right here. It's got a Dominator in it. It's got the small display right here, like with the Terminator.
It is cool.
All of his oil pressure and his water temp work. This is all for the bags in the front. The dash, man, look at that. Look at the gauge cluster.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
It's all digital.
Yeah, this is awesome, man.
This is your line lock button. Don't need that on the Dyno.
I look forward to making it all work. All right, well, let's start working and see if we can't get this thing rocking, man. Doesn't it look cool?
It is. It's a beautiful car.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. I like
No,
the
I just
nostalgic
keep
look of the fuel lines and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like an old flying toilet kind of kit.
Yeah, like an old mechanical injection.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
But it's got real fuel injectors in there, so it looks nostalgic, but still has.
Yeah, it's still rock star.
Oh.
You got some fan mail.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm. It's in this Lowe's box.
It looks like you guys started opening it.
Well, we thought it might have been the address, but it wasn't.
Yeah, you guys almost did open it.
Almost.
And then you came and got me, huh?
Yep.
Well, thank you. Wow, this is getting pretty cool. Is there a,
So yeah, this is the front. You got to get all the cardboard off.
is there a note or anything? There's a battery taped to the back.
Interesting.
What could this be? What, dude?
That's sweet.
Holy mackerel.
There's your note.
Dude,
Wow,
you're...
that's pretty cool.
Wow.
Dude, look what they said PFI stands for.
Pure fucking imports.
It's
I can't
fucking...
say that.
Pure effing
And you got the
Yeah.
battery in
Here,
now.
here, let me pull the note.
Yeah, pull the note. Jamie, read the note. Sean, throw the battery in. We got work to do.
Right?
Gordo,
Dude, this
finish pulling the
is
tape
sick.
off.
Can you believe this?
Yeah, that's tight.
Emilio, come check this out, bro. Yeah. This is someone made
All right,
this.
so hey Brent and the rest of the PFI team, really enjoy watching your vids. Seems like a pretty perfect combination of fabrication skills, obviously tuning, and other all-around automotive related expertise that comes from you guys. Brent, you're clearly a wizard behind the keyboard. I appreciate the fact in a lot of your tuning videos you make a point to explain and teach what you're doing to everyone that's watching. Your energetic, enthusiastic personality is motivational
With a light?
to anybody and everybody.
Did you just find that?
Yeah, I bumped it.
That's cool. Oh,
That is rad.
So he's been.
It's not the same.
This is what this guy did with his quarantine time. He made this for us.
that's sick.
Dude, this is crazy.
His name's Chris Wright.
So then-
He's on Instagram.
That's sick.
CM
Yeah.
Wright 14. Here's his Instagram.
That's awesome, man.
That is-
I want to check it out.
CM Wright
I'm like blown
14.
away.
That's sick.
Yeah, Shane just comes up and he's like, something came for you.
Is that the P.O. box?
Yeah.
Was that the P.O. box?
Yeah, yeah.
That's something that's been sitting there since Shane hasn't checked it for 2 weeks.
All right, where we're at on this hot rod is we're gonna try to remove this so we can get this throttle bracket off the alternator. Right now, as soon as the throttle snaps back, the alternator is the stop for it. So we're gonna try to change that. We'll build our own throttle stops and try to get that stuff all set. Jamie and I will be tuning this in Alpha N on the Holly, just because of the amount of air mass that we got coming into the engine with the individual throttle bodies. All right, but we're getting this bracket off real quick, and then we're gonna put a couple new Heim joints on it because these ones were cut down and don't quite have enough length, it looks like. As Shane pops this out, we can take a look at that. So you can see the end of it was cut down, so we don't have very much length right now to get the alternator away from the throttle bracket. So we're gonna do that first and then just keep combing it.
And then we might not have to do much with the throttle bracket.
Yeah, right. So we may be in good shape.
Because there was enough play in the belt.
Yeah. And then Sean is working on making a new TPS mount. So I'm gonna go check him out and see how that's coming too. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and move the hot rod over to Jamie's lift. And, we're gonna look at the crank sensor. We're gonna look at some other little stuff,
The alternator.
etc. Pull this back here. Yes. All right. So Jamie's gonna pull it into his lift. We're gonna look at how the crank sensor is mounted and change up some stuff. Try to get this thing just a little bit cleaner so it drives just a little better. It is beautiful though. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, man. Sho'nuff.
Look at how wide those rear tires are. I can't wait to actually see it in the air.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful racking it with that exhaust.
Back in an age of pro street, we got these big old monster tires with an exhaust system, drive shaft loops. This is awesome. This is a cool combination of race car and street car. Super fun. All right, and here's that questionable crank sensor that we're looking at.
It's not questionable, that's questioned.
It's questioned. So it's mounted to the frame, and we're just, from our school and the stuff we know, we just kind of want to mount to the engine, even though the whole engine is mounted solidly with a motor plate. I still believe there's some movement, and you can see that on the wheel itself that the sensor has hit a few times. It's got some shiny spots on it. All right, so there we got the crank sensor. We're kind of looking at these two power steering bolts or somewhere around here to have it come off and point at the wheel this way, instead of being right here and on the frame itself. And now you're looking at, Sean, you're looking at it too. These two bolts now, I mean, they don't look so unaccessible.
No, and my thought was bolt that back bracket just straight to it.
Yeah.
And then have big thick spacers between
Right.
the slide bracket. And then we'd even keep in the same vicinity, so we wouldn't even be changing much of the offset.
That top bolt might be a problem.
Got Jamie over here wrenching away on this precious, beautiful blue hot rod.
So there's our new bracket for the big block. So these bolt holes are actually in the right spot now. We just gotta get to the bolts because they're behind the water pump. Alright, so we were using all of our hands to get everything lined up to get this in here. But there's the new bracket bolting right onto the front of the motor at the plate. Alright guys, so what we got going on right now, so we set it to 0, and then we backed it to 60 because that would be our most
Advanced timing we want with the engine.
So then we're gonna lift the car up, and we've got to get that to the closest magnet so that it understands where its reset is. So go ahead and take her on up real quick, and we'll see how close we got to that magnet. Yep.
Nice.
Perfect.
Heck yeah.
All right guys, so we got our extended heim joints for here, our normal size, because these ones were cut. So we've got enough slack in the belt. We can now loosen the belt out, tighten the belt, but move the alternator out to where now it's not the stop for the throttle anymore.
Yeah, I keep going a little more.
I don't know how much more I really need to go. I'm good right there.
Okay.
That's a lot better. And as you can see right here, there's actually space between the throttle bracketry and the alternator now.
Not a lot, but just enough.
Just enough. Yeah, you don't need a whole lot in there.
So close to that positive post too. It's so nerve wracking.
Yeah, but
Better.
direction.
All right, another thing we noticed while we were doing the crank sensor and walking underneath it and stuff, we noticed this fuel pump wire coming out of the relay is super cooked. So it means we're probably drawing more than this relay can handle. So I ran out to our buddies at Casper and I got a 70 amp HD heavy duty relay pump kit. So we're gonna go ahead and install this thing real quick and see if we can't fix this. These wires are so dry and brittle. Come up here and listen real quick. Let's see.
Oh, they just crack.
You can hear them crack and crinkle. So we're gonna go ahead and change this relay real quick to the heavy duty style. Which, I mean, you look at these things.
And they're all sealed and everything too.
Yeah,
they're all
full sealed
weatherproof.
and weatherproof deals. And we'll probably make these available on our website as well. Just because I like them a lot. But you can see they're super heavy duty. So we can get this installed in this real quick, and then we should be ready to plug into it and start tuning.
Yep.
Attach the power cable and the ground cable for the kit, and then just mounted the relays to the side. So we've got the new bracket here done for the throttle position, and you can see it really made it solid there. We just kind of whittled one together at a little piece of aluminum here. And so that is good to go now. Let's get this half-hour power rolling and try to make some jam in this bad boy.
410, it looks like about 4. I'm backfiring out the intake pretty good too. I'm backfiring out the intake pretty good too.
Right now?
It's the same. That's cool. Do you want the socks off of it or on it? He showed up with them off. I just put them on because it was sitting around. You know what I mean?
don't
I didn't
care.
want to suck anything
It
in.
would be like
them off?
cooler if they were off.
I just didn't want sand blowing in them.
Right. We'll get that one. I don't know where he gets these from. I need one.
All right, so Kevin arrived. We can get in and we're gonna pull the plugs out, see if they're fouled or whatnot. We've got some missing and popping going down. Still kind of chasing out of it. Whew. She's a toughie.
What you got, Kev?
It looks like 1 and 7 are cold. 3 and 5 are 150 degrees. 1 and 7 are about 105 degrees.
That would explain something.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if we can get it to focus on this plug here real quick. So you can see the electrode in the middle is actually bent to the side.
So it's all that little stuff we've been fighting, the plugs and everything else, and not firing when we need to. So we need each cylinder to be the same in order to get the tune-up right. Otherwise, you know, things are off. So without EGTs, this is how we're gonna have to do it: is remove plugs and get her knocked out. So
Yep. So we got a new set of plugs on the way.
got a new set of plugs on the
We'll
way.
get those in
Probably
for
do
you.
a compression check on all banks just to see where we're at.
Just make sure everything's
we're
good.
Even that way we know plus minus what we need per hole, and then kind of go from there.
Heck yeah. All right, so we got some new spark plugs in it. We got them gapped. You ready to fire this thing up?
All right, I'm ready.
still sounds like it's lean popping back out of them. But you're not lean. Leave it running. Number 5 seems cold. Number 5 seems a little cold. Alright, so these are the driver's side bank out of the Belair. Nothing obvious yet. Ooh, that's a little ugly right there. We'll do it again, make sure it wasn't anything false. Nope, we got very inconsistent injectors there.
All right, so we got the intake manifold off. Cotter pin's gonna go ahead and drill the injector holes, and it's kind of fun just seeing what's inside this thing, seeing what we're dealing with. But we're gonna drill those and put some new injectors in. So try to take care of this thing from puddling once and for all.
Inside the tube still 13/16 or 3/16.
Okay, so cotter pin just drilled all these holes, and we're gonna use this injector, and that kind of fits down inside there a little bit, right?
Yep, it fits in there better now.
Right.
Closer to
So
the
that'll
runner.
fit in there. Yeah, because the fuel was pooling all around here before filling that.
Yep.
So that's gonna work out great, dude. Well, I like that better. That's why I had to come check it out.
Yep, it'll definitely work better.
Yeah, a lot better.
The
So
other
you just
injector
drilled
didn't
all
have
these.
that tip on it at all, so it just looked like that.
Right. So it was just filling this all full of fuel, and then whatever fell dripped through. That's awesome. Almost looked like you knew what you were doing.
Sometimes.
I won't tell anybody. All right, so we got stacks running. It's current. Got new injectors in it. Going through it all. Let's see if this thing makes any jam. I'm gonna play with it a little more.
thing's running good.
Yeah, dude.
Really
All right, guys, welcome back. Kevin and I have been kind of combing this thing, this little hot rod this morning. We turned off D-cell fuel cut and we took down some acceleration enrichment.
Yep.
And I think that's about it, all right?
Did you redo the TPS stuff at all?
I tried to, there wasn't enough. So we're gonna try to see in the tune if we can get it here. So yeah, if we can get some drivability in here and make it snappy, it should be good shape. All right, that's a lot of.
It sounded so much better cruising.
Oh, the whole thing looked.
It wasn't
perfect,
bucking.
The whole thing looked so wonderful.
It was perfect.
It felt perfect, honestly.
It seemed like it was kind of weak, but
yeah, because he thought but it could be like converter related or something. He thought it. You know,
cubic inches should.
Yeah.
380.
Yeah. Well, we can scan it and see if there's something on the table here. It looked really good though.
It sounded really good.
And it drives right.
Hit every target.
Every target.
What the learn table look like? Much correction?
We haven't even looked. I was just gonna put the log.
I don't even look at the log of it because it saves.
I like the log.
2%, 0.1%.
Nothing, pretty much.
Yep.
But that's you know it's roughed up from info we've had. I think the acceleration enrichment helped a bunch, and then getting that D-cell fuel.
Yeah, when you hammered it, dude, it's gone.
Even the driving was just night and day. The whole thing was night and day different to what it's been. That thing's not even on. Staring at it.
Powering off. It's still dripping some. Nothing's on fire, but it's still dripping a little off that.
Well, it's still on the mufflers.
Yeah, it's running down.
All right, so here's our log.
You got out of it early, huh?
Man, it just sounded like I was done.
Yeah, it was rolling down.
I thought I actually hit a limiter, honestly.
I saw a flame.
Did it seem like a little
I saw a
limiter, right?
flame, yeah.
I mean, that was 6,600, so it definitely wasn't the limiter.
What's the limiter?
We could check to see if it just like a sync drop or something like that. 7,500. It didn't. I mean, it doesn't need that. I think where we're at is all it ever needs.
Yeah, because I mean, look at the power. It's
not doing anything. I mean, for how much fuel it's using, Kev, you know, we're using a lot of pounds per minute, or pounds. We're using a lot of pounds per hour.
I guess it does have to be close to content enough. It didn't show up on the learn table. Though.
No, not really.
15%.
Shoot, I just got 25, 27 right in there.
We must have not driven it long enough
Yeah,
for it to get the learn
or
table.
it might be in the like you have to have all the cooling stuff zeroed so it can't.
Oh yeah, because our coolant.
Yeah.
We do have a coolant issue here. like the coolant temp wasn't coming
Yeah,
up.
just make sure that everything in the coolant fuel is at 100.
Everything is
Yeah.
at 100. So it doesn't
Yeah.
do anything.
Yep, so it can actually correct.
Yep.
If we don't hit those parameters, it's
It
not
never goes,
going to
yeah.
correct, and we won't see it in the learning
It hit the
table.
air fuels, but
It did hit their fuels.
that held it as a compensation, which isn't bad though. I mean,
Compensated, it just didn't let it hit the
Yeah.
learning table.
if you go over to the map now, it might be on there because it'll show you.
Nothing here. See, and it's kept doing that. I haven't changed anything fuel-wise, but it keeps
But you
saying
just
it.
transferred
No,
it to
the
the.
learn is different.
I haven't transferred,
No, but it's different.
Yeah, it's different because it tried to.
but it's done that even when I'm not doing anything. Like every time today, it says there's a difference in fuel.
Huh.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Isn't there a thing now where you can overlay the?
Yeah,
Data?
you said that's going
I
to
don't
come
know.
later.
I thought so on the data log tab up at the top. This one. If you go back to the map, there's a little arrow by the data log. I think you can overlay
Which
up
one?
at the top. See that little arrow?
This one?
Yep. Activate overlay.
Oh.
Yeah, now you should be able to look at your base fuel and see where it all was. See the map?
Oh!
Speed Pro!
Speed Pro is in the house.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you, Holly.
Yep. 3 would be 10%.
You love the math part, dude.
This is easy, huh?
10% was a little hot.
Did it add 10 to it?
That did 10 to it.
Percent 10. So you got to take the 10 out.
Minus 5.
Yeah.
There we
Perfect.
go.
Yep. There we go.
There we go. There we go. I like the smoother thing.
Me too. Makes it nice.
It does.
I don't like the animation.
You don't?
Well, I do.
See, I love this for my videos. See, I'll spin this and now I can have a little dancing Brent going.
Yeah. Yeah. Contra.
Alright guys, so we went over the ignition timing, and after this we should be right there. I think this hot rod is finally solid. So, let's make a tug and find out. Hey.
Pretty good.
So that's 35. So 38 is probably where we're gonna end up in the Magic. Yeah.
About 420 horse maybe.
That's what I think too. It'd be. So that was 35 degrees Thailand. I think 38 will probably be the magic number. So.
Okay.
But we've got a thunderstorm,
So
we need to get some cars in.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna call that there on the dyno, and the rest I'll do on the street real quick, and then when it's nice, and then that'll be it. This hot rod stacks will be done. Woo! Well guys, it started a thunderstorm, so we had to get all these cars in here. It's about to hail, it feels like.
Yeah, we got all the nice cars.
So it's about all the session we got with this thing. And I think the rest we could get, honestly, is just some street driving. I don't think we need to go much crazier on the dyno. We got the drivability, like, I would say 120% better
And
than
that's
it's ever
what
been.
he was that's what he was really worried about. There was a cruising and a tip-in part, and you
Right.
can just mash it wherever and it works.
Yeah, now it's just driving. It's really sweet. So, pretty stoked how Stacks turned out. And I swear we got a crazy hailstorm outside. But I am super stoked the way Stacks turned out. And I think Dave's gonna be really pleased with it after all. It's been here a little while. Took some hoop jumping to get everything solved. We had to do a few things. So if you remember, we had to change that crank sensor. We had to pull this whole front off and reseal the water pump. We had to pull the intake manifold off, and we had to do all these injector bungs and put new, bigger injectors in there with a different style tip. We had to change this TPS sensor. We made a mount for it and got that all solved. And then we had to rewire. The fuel pump. So what we did on this is, that is normal. Sounds scary. This is a new relay kit. This is a new relay kit available through Pfispeed.com for your fuel pumps. It's a lot bigger, heavy-duty relay. We'll have them available. They should be on the website
Probably
probably
on there early in the week.
early in the week. So you guys can just buy these kits, put them on. They come with the fuse, they come with the relay, the wiring. Super easy to install.
They're not car specific. Like, you can wire this in a Neon, a Maxima, a Civic, an NSX, a Supra, whatever.
Yep.
It's a universal kit that works on all of them.
It's all sealed, and you got a 70 amp relay to make sure you know you're getting all the juice to your fuel pump, and that stuff's gonna work out. I think he's gonna be really stoked. Well guys, it's the next day and it's just gorgeous out. So we're gonna go ahead and take this little 55 on a drive and check her out, and then she'll go home and Dave can enjoy it. So let's go ahead and get that done and top this video out. Man, that is good looking. so good. You feel so cool. Super happy to get this done for Dave. He's such a good guy. That's just different from what I do every day, you know? It drives so good, dude. Oh my gosh. Maybe you need to take it for a cruise.
It sounded good. I'll wait till I get home and fucking run it. I got a place to run it there. Did you see that, Sheriff? You pulled out right behind him. I heard you could hear it going down the road. It sounded good.
I kept those open just because of that melting thing.
Oh,
so I was like, just keep the
it
heat
sounds
back.
so good though. Ever see the movie American Graffiti, you know?
Oh yeah.
You know that coupe when he pulls out of that gas station, the headers like how it sounded? That's how,
Yeah, maybe you should just go down the road. The cameras are on. Go for a drive. For real.
Got enough fuel in it?
It should. I would think it should. Check.
I'm okay
I'd like
with
to know I'd like your reaction on my little camera.
Nice. You got your phone if something, if I need to call you. Okay. Alright.
And that extinguisher's on that side.
Okay. Thing's badass. It's a lot better. It's a different car, man. It's a different car. Man, that's sweet. That is sweet. Yeah. There's no hesitation, no nothing. It's freaking on it.
It's just now.
Yeah, it's all over. Man, I dig it.
I dig it.
Okay. Yeah, that is cool. Wow. So freaking awesome, man. So awesome. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.
Very much, man.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, so glad I brought it out to you.
I kind of got the whiff. I got the whiff of it.
Yeah, I
right?
can smell it. It's the first time I've ever smelled that.
Yeah.
So that's something new. I'll
And
wrap
something
that fucker.
literally inside the car is melting through holes.
That's weird.
All right, guys, that's a wrap.